Tell brothers and sisters, Black Power, as always, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors, as well as my sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul of the Street Law Soldiers, my father, my in-laws, and all of our ancestors and brothers and sisters who are fighting for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. And just to follow up, because I received some comments on my video from a lot of Makiyah Wilson's classmates. One in particular, Anaya Harris, who was, very, very troubled and deeply hurt at the service. And I want to tell you, based on the comment you left me, and I thank you for sharing your feelings with me, that everything is going to be all right. Allow Makiyah to live through you. Whenever you're going through something, ask Makiyah for some help. But every accomplishment that you make, when you get all A's, let Makiyah spirit, please you and give you strength and energy. Because she's always going to be there with you, so, walk in her greatness as well. Once again, whenever you make accomplishments, straight A's, honor roll, any type of sports or any type of extracurricular activities that you may participate, and if you excel, meaning that if you do wonderful and great in those things, think about Makiyah, because she's going to be with you. And stand strong. Stand strong. Don't let her down. You will let her down when you don't do the right things. Love your parents. Respect your parents. Spend time with them. Be around the right people. Keep going. Because she will want you to keep going. And stand strong. And I really appreciate the, I call it a letter. A letter that you put on my YouTube page. That touched my heart very deeply. And like I said, you have the number to contact us, whenever you're going through something. Or if you want the women in the organization and myself to show up at your graduations or any activity that you may be in and you need support, we will be there. Just let us know. Because based on the letter, I believe that you're going to be a great person. And you both basically had the kind of like the same names, Anaya and Makiyah, so that's a strong coincidence, so stand strong, Queen, stand strong. Now, another thing, this is for the adults. Now, yesterday, there was no, first of all, let me give Hotep's Black Power to Al Malik Farrakhan, Chairman and General of Ceasefire Don't Smoke the Brothers, Washington, D.C., and his entire entourage and army, Brother Cedric, and many others. Hopefully we can relink again and put in some more work in the city. Also, the Nation of Islam, I believe Mosque number 4, Washington, D.C., their presence was very heavy. The Street Law Soldiers, headed by myself. I kind of went solo yesterday, but it was all good. And other many organizations, programs, mentors, all around the country. I mean, all around the city. because the turnout was in maybe the thousands. However, you know, far as the mayor, you know, her presence, I didn't see any DC councilman. I didn't see the mayor. I didn't see the deputy mayor. I did not see any of those individuals. You know, because for one thing, you know, I didn't even see the police chief as well. Because, see, nobody wants to answer any questions. And see, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and when you're out here working against the liberation and salvation of black people in this city, you know, guilt and your conscience would not allow you to stand face to face with the oppressed. And so you ducked and hid yesterday. And I understand why Brother Al Malik Farrakhan had a t-shirt on yesterday saying, Marion Barry, Mayor for Life. Because Barry would have showed up. You can say what you want about him. He would have showed up. And, you know, that was just an act. That was a move that was so obvious about the guilt and the corruption that goes on in this city, in Washington, D.C. You know, you would rather, you know, the mayor, Muriel Bowser, who ducked under another woman's skirt because, you know, the cover's been pulled off, you know, on your taste for the women. You know, because when the gay community wants whoever they choose to be mayor, that's who is mayor. And you won by a landslide. And most of your votes came from the gay community. But you're guilty because you did not want to see the oppressed. You did not want, you couldn't even pay your respects to this baby. Which is a goddamn shame. You could not even take 5 minutes out of your day to pay respects to this baby who lost her life in a crossfire, in a drive-by shooting. And I hope that the oppressed people and black people will wake up this time and be more careful when they elect somebody for mayor. Because I don't vote. Never have, never will. Yeah, let's talk about right briefly this Trader Joe's shootout that took place, where the manager of the establishment lost her life in a gun battle between the suspect and the police. Now, clearly, as always, they're talking about drive-bys and people shooting everywhere. These goddamn pigs, these motherfucking racist motherfucking LAPD done the same thing. They were reckless and shot this woman in the head, the manager of Trader Joe's, who just became manager, shot in the head by motherfucking pigs. You know, and see what they have done is charged this nigga here. You may not be able to see this motherfucking piece of shit nigga here. Give me a second. Yeah, this motherfucking piece of shit, this nigga Gene Atkins, who shot his grandmother 7 times, shot another elderly woman prior to going to Trader Joe's. The police chased after he shot his grandmother and another elderly woman. The police chased him and his car ran into a pole or some shit. and right directly in front of the Trader Joe's, in which he ran in Trader Joe's, and a police shootout ensued, which the young lady was murdered, and this nigga was shot as well. Now, I don't give a fuck about this nigga. He shot his grandmother 7 times. That elderly woman 7 times. You know, and this is the type of nigga, you know, that the black community does not need to be near. We need to rid niggas like this out of the black community. They don't deserve to be in the black community. He should receive no support. Now, let's on the flip side of this, the police charged him with the murder of the manager of Trader Joe's, in which the police shot. Because, you know, these crackers, you know, they cannot accept taking responsibility for anything of that nature. So, they charged this nigga Gene Atkins with the murder. Now, the difference between that and it's another issue where this cracker stabbed 2 sisters on the BART train in Oakland, California, in which he wasn't shot. He was apprehended because he was a cracker. But this nigga here was shot, in which I personally don't give a fuck. Fuck him. Anytime you anytime you shoot your grandmother, anytime you even think of doing some shit like that to an elderly person, what is your purpose of breathing? What is your purpose of existing? And why should you exist? So, I don't give a fuck about that nigga. You know, and once again, you know, the racist police in Los Angeles or wherever that shit took place, once again, these motherfucking devils, you know, have somehow squeezed their way out of clearly killing somebody and then blaming it on a nigga. That's the nature of these motherfuckers. But nevertheless, once again, I don't give a fuck about this nigga. And you shouldn't either. You know, this is the crowd of sisters that was on the BART train when this motherfucking cracker stabbed the 2 sisters, in which this sister lost her life for nothing. A beautiful queen loses her life on account of this no good motherfucking cracker. This no good motherfucking cracker. And this Ice Ape, this goddamn savage motherfucking cave dog, cut this sister's throat. For no motherfucking reason. For no reason other than he has no melanin. Other than he can clearly see, you know, that he is a motherfucking reptilian. That he is an Ice Ape. He's a cave dog with a savage mindset. So when he sees something beautiful and he sees something strong and black, it overwhelms this motherfucking cracker. It overwhelms all of them. And he cut this sister's throat, killing her. And he cut her sister's throat. This motherfucker here, you know, this goddamn Ice Ape. And you can tell, look at his Nordic features. This motherfucking Neanderthal motherfucking rodent who is a walking goddamn germ with legs, a walking motherfucking germ, took the life of that sister. And why didn't he get shot? See, when crackers do shit, they are apprehended and quote unquote taken into custody. But when it's a black man, he is murdered or he is shot the fuck up. And personally, I'm sick of this shit. It's time for us to, you know, put this motherfucking work in. And let's start walking and talking like gods and goddesses. And see, you got people saying, oh, you know, these young people walking around saying that they call themselves gods and goddesses. Okay. If you are lying, you know, if you are a lion, if God is a lion, what do you call the cubs? And what are the cubs? They are small lions. Because we are gods and goddesses. We are the original people. We are the cream of the planet Earth. We are the makers of civilization. And they know this. These devils know this. This is why they take us out or they're trying to exterminate us. Because of the fact they know that they're the weakest link on the genetic DNA chain. Black, brown, yellow, red, white. And see, a lot of you niggas, you know, are afraid to say who you really are. You are afraid to say that you are a black god. You are a fucking warrior. Because of the fact you get so caught up in this white man's shit. You get caught up in his shit. He gives you a job. You kiss his ass. You tell on other employees. You do everything that he says do. Everything he says read, you read. Everything he says study, you study. Just like in school, how can some of you motherfuckers call yourselves warriors and revolutionaries and scholars? And what is your scholarship based on? European or motherfucking cracker teaching you. And if you comply are in accordance with the cracker's goddamn curriculum, then he gives you a piece of paper. And then you claim to be a scholar. But if you look at the ages of Malcolm, Martin, Noble Drew Ali, Elijah, any of those, Garvey, none of them dealt with no fucking white man's education. None of them dealt with a white man's education. And you call yourself Dr. this, I'm Dr. such and such, and I got a PhD, and I got my BA, and I did my thesis. So what the fuck? That shit don't mean shit. That means that you've been in accordance with European, Eurocentric scholarship. That you fell in accordance and obeyed the structure of westernized teaching to African. And then you come out like everybody question Ali Muhammad and Umar Johnson's credentials. So what the fuck? What if he never went to school? What if he never went to school? He still would have more knowledge than most of you niggas that got the white man's degrees. It makes me sick when you brag about how good of a nigga you was in the white man's goddamn school. That shit don't mean shit to me. Let's talk about Serena Williams, who bragged on the fact that this goddamn cave dog that she married, when she had a taste for Italian food, he flew her to Italy to eat an Italian meal. And see what the media was saying, all they were saying was, you know, the niggas that she fucked didn't do that for her. The white man can show her the world, and he does it with class and all this shit. And I heard some women talk about and brag about how this motherfucking sheep monkey went and, you know, let's just get down to the meat and potatoes of this shit. You know, this ice ape that she married, and she has a baby by him. And once again, I'm not going to talk about no child. I'm not going to talk about a baby. But Serena Williams is a motherfucking house slave. She's a bed wench, and she's a motherfucking mental dick eater for white supremacy. You know, how can this sister do that? How can that sister do that? What is she thinking about when she's bobbing on ice ape's motherfucking dick? You know, when she's sitting there, you know, cause you know they're nasty. They do nasty sexual. They have perverted, nasty sexual behaviors and appetites. You talking about a motherfucker that fuck animals. You know, that you know, let dogs go in their ass. Cause Sarah Sutin said it, Black Power to Sarah Sutin said it, on the making of the white man, he presented to the world of how filthy the white man is. When they were having sex with these dogs and bestiality, they were in the woods holding goats' legs open, going in goats. And someone with that type of DNA, that perverted DNA, these sisters lay with these motherfuckers. And then now she says that she's been pissed for drugs more than any other tennis player. Like, seeing that comes from you thinking that you qualify to be white. That you think that you're white. And they showing you that you're a nigga. You got pissed more times because you are a nigga. You know, and I will never take away your amazing talents. But I don't judge you, and I don't look at your talents. I look at the morality, I look at the character of a person. Because behavior does not lie. And see, you know, your thirst for that cave dog lets me know what type of person you really are. You're a bed wench. Once again, like I mentioned before, if we were on a plantation, you would be one of those slaves that would tell on the other slaves. You would tell on the other slaves Get them in trouble. Get them whipped. You waiting on master, riding in his carriage. And he's tearing your ass up, pumping baby after baby after baby out of it. And deep down inside, you know that's wrong. And see that just like the rest of you niggas, you get the heart of the black community, become a iconic figure. Have little girls looking up to you. You know, have little girls inspiring to play tennis. And then you do this, you marry a motherfucking devil. You marry a goddamn demon. Which the message that you sending to our babies, that leave the black man alone. Because the ice ape, the cave dog, the mountain dog, the walking germ is who you're supposed to be with. Not your mate that the creator assigned you, but a goddamn cave dog, a snow monkey. What are you gonna do in the wintertime? When he wants to go to the caves, when he wants to go skiing? He's gonna have a windbreaker on. You're gonna look like a fucking astronaut. Cause you can't deal with that climate. That's not who you are. You don't come from that type of climate. Also, it's a lot of shit I can go on her ass with, but you know, nevertheless, you know, her dysfunctional ass, you know, doing everything to please white America. And look what they do to you. They've been pissing you more than they do. You know, they let the white bitches do what they want. Most of the white bitches, because of your extraordinary talent, them white bitches probably had to get doped up to even fuck with you on the tennis court. Once again, I ain't gonna take that away from you. You a beast with that goddamn tennis racket. But you a big wench as far as humanity is concerned. This motherfucking piece of shit here says that he made a record called I Admit. Bitch, if you admit everything that you do, everything if you've done to these children, these young girls, your ass would be in the penitentiary doing double digits. But since you got money and they are black women, see, if they were white bitches, your ass would have been locked up 10 years ago. If they were white bitches that you pissed on and done all that motherfucking nasty shit to and held them hostages and beating them and all that type of shit, if they were white bitches, your ass would have been under the jail. But since they are black girls, you get a pass. And your freedom depends on how loud the black community yells about your motherfucking sick ass, your illiterate fucking ass. And then you on your songs, you talking about, you know, some women like to get beat and all that. Them young girls don't know nothing about that shit till they get over your house and you put in all that different type of perverted goddamn porn to make them think that it's okay. Because they are infatuated just by being with you. And you take cold-blooded advantage of that. You are a master manipulator. And you fucked a lot of young girls up. And then you niggas that go down there, especially you fucking bed wenches, you black niggas, you are black women, go down there and ask free R. Kelly and support him. Because it's not your daughter he pissed on. But if it was, you would not be down there. You'd be asking for his head too. You know, there's no way I can listen to some music by you now, knowing the shit that you've been doing and knowing the shit that you are doing. No motherfucking way. You a piece of shit, man. You know, that Pied Piper shit. You know, putting on motherfucking, you know, look at this shit. I can't show you the entire photos, but these are motherfucking young girls. You know, 15, 14, 15, and 16. You know, but since it's not your daughter, you know, it's okay. You know, all the women are lying. All of them are lying. Get the fuck out of here. You know. He's holding them hostage, beating them. Even brothers have spoken out against that shit. You know, this is that S&M shit, them masks and all that shit. See, a lot of y'all, you know, y'all not down with this shit, and you're agreeing to a lot of symbolism. You're agreeing to a lot of this symbolic shit that they be doing. The way these niggas, the cracker, make these niggas dress and what they do to them. This man is sick. He is fucked up. He needs to do prison time, and he needs help. He needs psychiatric help for doing what he's done and what he's doing to these children. Then y'all sit there and dance to this shit. Now this, I admit, you know, this is his plea to try to convince people that he's changed and, you know, no, you got to go to prison. After prison, get psychiatric help because you need help in changing. You cannot do this shit on your own because you are infatuated with children. I know brothers that are doing some serious motherfucking prison time for not even doing eighth of the shit that you've done. But they're on protective custody. But they're doing time though. You know, you're still in the studio because you got women. A lot of them don't have children. A lot of them have grown children. A lot of them have babies. So they're gonna be opinionated in terms of supporting your motherfucking sick ass. Yeah, brothers and sisters, you know, there's a lot of work that has to be done in the black community once again. Because, you know, it's some cleaning up. There's some serious house cleaning that has to be done for us to be able to move on. Our babies are out here getting shot down like dogs in the street. They're being molested. They're being, you know, a lot of incest goes on in the black community. You have pedophile black men that are uncles and all this shit that are violating these babies. And it has to be addressed, it has to be dealt with because mental health is a silent killer, especially in Washington, D.C. But mental health in the black community is the silent killer. Nobody wants to admit that they have mental health issues because all black people have some sort of issue or mental issue. It may not be to the extreme where you need to be committed in some type of hospital or something like that. But, you know, insanity is insanity. Doing the same fucked up shit over and over again, expecting different results. That's a form of insanity. But we're going to talk about that at a later time. But for right now, I just wanted to share the things that I shared with you all. You know, to, you know, touch the hearts. And also, it was two sisters that commented on my page about yesterday's service. Bernice B. and I forgot the other sister's name. You all are wonderful supporters, and keep on sharing your comments with me in my comment box. You know, and that gives me hope, and that encourages me and motivates me to do research to share with you all, so we all can be on the same page, and you can help me, because there's things that I don't know that you know. So until the next time we meet, Hotel Black Power.